everybody, how's it going? This is Darrin with GuitarControl.com bringing you this video lesson. Today I want to show you a little melodic, little sequence that you can play over a chord progression. So what this does is it kind of outlines the chords, and it just sounds really nice as you make your way through that. So be sure to click on the link in the description for the tabs, and let's get close up and take a look at this. Alright, so as far as the chord progression goes, the chords that I'm using for this, I'm using E minor, D major, and C major, and then back to E minor again. So it doesn't really matter what voicings you use. I mean, you could use full-on bar chords, you could use open chords, you could use power chords. It doesn't really matter. It'll work with any of these things. All right, so the first thing that we're going to do, we are in the key of E minor, and so we are using the 7th position of G major. So let me back up just a little bit. So every minor key has what's called a relative major key, and every major key has what's called a relative minor key. So if you know what your minor key is, all you do is go up a step and a half and you'll know what your major, relative major is. So, here if we're E minor here and we move up a step and a half, that puts us here, which is a G. So it's just easier to kind of look at this if you think about it in the major keys. So for the key of G major, you have the 7 positions of those, and I'm not going to go into all of that right now. I actually did a lesson on that on the 7 major modes that shows all these positions and stuff. So I'll just leave a link for that right here. You can check that out to get some further information. But I'm just going to go over the sequence and show you the notes. And this is also movable, so you could move this around into a different key. All right. So the very first thing here, we're in the 7th position. So I've got my 4th finger all the way up here on the 19th fret of the high E string. And we're going to go from there to the 15th fret to the 17th fret. And then from there to the 19th fret of the B string. So you can see it's got this little repeating pattern. You could just keep going all the way through it, but we're 19 on the high E, 19, 15, 17 to the 19 on the B string, back to the 15 on the high E, to 17 on the B string, to 19 on the B string, to 15 on the B string. So that's the whole sequence. And I am just alternate picking this, so I'm starting with a downstroke. So down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. And I actually added in one extra note there when I just said that. So the last note is an upstroke. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to move down into the next position. So since I'm going backwards, this would actually be the 6th position. So now I'm on the 17th fret of the high E with my 4th finger, and my 1st finger is here on the 14th fret. And then from there we're going to, so we're 17, 14, 15, and then go to the B string, 17, back to the 14th fret of the high E, to the 15th fret of the B string, 17, and then 13. So in this first shape, it was just 2 whole steps on both strings. But now we've got 2 whole steps on the B string, 13, 15, and 17, and then a half step and a whole step on the high E, 14, 15, 17. So So far, and then the last one, this is the fifth position. So now, and the shape here is different again. So now we're on the 15th fret of the high E with your fourth finger and the 12th fret with your first finger. And then we're going to go 14 on the high E to 15 on the B string. So back to the 12th fret of the high E, and now to the 13th fret of the B string, to the 15, to the 12, and then I just slide up to the 17th fret, back up to E to make it resolve. So, whoops. I don't know why my finger does not want to keep stopping a half step too early. So the shape here, we're on the B string, we're 12, 13, 15, so a half and a whole, and then we go to the high E, 12, 14, 15, whole and a half. So the whole sequence slowly, and again the whole thing is alternate picked. All right, so like I said, that sounds really good. If you follow a chord progression with that, it just puts a nice little melody into it. That it's repetitive as far as the sequence you're doing. You're picking it the same, and if you think about it like it's 3 notes per string, so we're going 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1. And it's that same thing each time you move down the positions. Now you could continue to move all the way down, or start in other places. I mean, this is just one idea of many combinations that you could do, just depending upon what chords you're playing and stuff. Check out that other video. It'll make that, like all this stuff, kind of make more sense. All right, so I hope you enjoyed that and you got something out of it. If you liked the video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell so that way you don't miss any of the content that we upload throughout the week. If there's something that you would like to see covered in a future lesson, leave a comment down below for me and I'll see if I can maybe take care of that. Anyway, that is all I have for today. Thanks for watching and have a great day.